Welcome to Updates with Precious. As usual, it sits my belly today on Adomo to tell on the things where they happen for inside Nigeria. And today for Inside the Show, we get quite a lot we want to talk about. And most importantly, we will focus on the pulse of the nation, on how Nigerians they feel right now. Waiting be the real thing where Nigerians they feel. How the economy take be safe, especially because of this whole economy thing where be say just the trend now, where and because of this young lady will be Corper we complain and the company like say the whole world they against her for complaining. So go even look at that matter, and plus including to check out the people too we don't throw support for her and to check out even analyze that her rant self. Waiting be the thing where they wrong with the rant. And perhaps if she did wrong, we also fault her for here. So this is an open conversation where everybody can have their say. My name is Precious Enyi. I thank you so much for joining me on the show. So joining me today on the show is Prince Francis Chilaka. Prince Francis, thank you so much for obliging me. It's always a pleasure to have you on the show every day. Thank you. Did you hear me?
Yeah. It's a pleasure to be with you guys. Let us talk about Nigeria. Let us talk about the things that is holding this country down. Let us talk about our leaders. Are they really sensitive? Or we just have people who are full of themselves, who don't believe anybody should make a comment? So the story of Nigeria, everything about Nigeria is so sad because you have a president who tells you subsidy is gone because of unborn generation of Nigerians. Yet those who are living are dying, and so I'm wondering, where does the suffering end, and where does the good life begin? So there's a lot going on, and Nigerians are not feeling happy at all.
Thank you so much. So on our hot topic this evening, we'll be looking at first of all, Sowore, Atiku Abubakar drums support for the young lady. Sowore rally support for core member threatened by NYC over TikTok video criticizing Tinubu, demands protection from illegitimate president. Yeah, Sowore, and I saw you right now for in paper. Sahara reporters. Meanwhile, Atiku backs the young lady of the Lagos Corper facing threat over viral video. And then we'll move to indigenous thieves people as they raise alarm over alleged grabbing of their lands in Nasarawa State. We'll move to other issues as it's got to do with politics right now. Obasa Tinubu's Abuja meeting fails to come, concerning Obasa rather, Tinubu's Abuja meeting fails to calm Lagos Assembly impasse as crisis deepens. Crisis still continue to deepen. Meanwhile, Mehula and as you get to do with Mehula and the River State governor, Fobara, Mehula say no, that River State governor is being very dramatic over what's going on. I really don't want to pay attention to that River State issue anymore because it's becoming unbecoming. But then, good news, EFCC says they recovered 365 billion naira in 2024 and secured 411 convictions in 2024 too. Look what you said so, but please, where is the money? The properties, where are they? We want to know what they're really
please. Let me turn in on that.
No, we've not started though. It's just said like
hold on. I'm happy with what EFCC have said. We should clap for them. Yes. If a child passes an exam, you cheer the child up and give him a pat on the back. So I'm giving a pat on the back of EFCC. They have done well. But there are questions Nigerians are asking. And one of the first questions is, where is the money? Who is in custody of the money? Is it in the federal government? Is it the federal CBN? Or is it with IEFCC? Or what? Don't forget, a few weeks back, we were told that some operatives of the EFCC took away money as an evidence. They stole the money. We were also told that some of the officers were dismissed on wrongdoings, and nobody has told us what they have done. Nobody has given us the name of these officers. So how can we run a country where we just don't know what is happening? And then when you try to find out that thing government is hiding, they pick you up and lock you up, and the next thing you are charged with treason. And another question I have to ask EFCC, okay, you don't try, make I speak up for the language you Nigerians understand. You don't try, being a pastor, I think you're a pastor, so I'm told. Being a pastor and being in EFCC is not easy. But how many politicians you they convict for this matter? How many former governors have you convicted so far? How many senators? How many ministers who stole money from this country, as we hear every day on TV and radio and in the newsprint? You know, how many of them? Please list them so that we know. We want to know how many governors made the list, how much was collected from them, how many senators, and how many ministers. You know, and then permanent secretaries as well. We need to know those we have given our money to watch over, to use for production, to use for the betterment of the lives of Nigerians, and they have ended up stealing these monies. How many of them have you been able to convict? It is when you tell us that we can say, yes, you're doing very well, you know. But like we said, you don't recover money. I beg, Oga, who they hold the money? Because if you have recovered this amount of money, why do we always go and borrow it? Is it that the money is an audio money? So we need to know. You know, EFCC, I beg, one are not going to carry me. I just the comment to Oga or talk. And they try to reason with Oga. Because in Nigeria now, when you talk now, you see anyhow. Before you know now, they go declare you wanted. But then they forget saying I didn't talk them. You know. So it's a good one. EFCC, I don't try, but there are questions behind that your exam when you mark on yourself.
All right. So moving on the conversations this evening, 2027, political gang up can't stop Tinubu's re-election. Political gang up can't stop Tinubu's re-election. In fact, he further says that Tinubu has winning strategy. No defection political gang up can stop him. Speaking about gang up now, Akwa Ibom APC stalwart accused Akpabio of betrayal. Interesting, right? Moving on now, Senator Natasha alleges plot to arrest her upon return to Nigeria over IPU speech and Akpabio harassment allegations. In fact, she stated how they sent some people to her, even in New York, where she was. Now, Afenifere youth leader Ojajuni recounts 12-day ordeal in kidnappers then, exposes 55 bandit camps in Southwest. 55 bandit camps in Southwest Nigeria. In Southwest Nigeria. Well, these are about all the conversations we'll be looking at this evening. And I want to say thank you so much to everyone who's already joining us. But so when the matter hot like this, a great one, we will take drink water, drop cup, then we'll continue with the conversation. So let's take a quick breather. When we return, we'll begin to look at these and other issues after the break. Stay with us. Welcome back, Nasila. On top updates with Precious nowadays. So let's start with this young lady's conversation. I don't want to go back to playing what she said because I want to believe that all of us are already aware of the video and what she said, and then the conversations that's followed up. So human rights activist Sowore has called on Nigerians to rally behind Raye, a National Youth Corps Service member, NYC member, serving in Lagos State, who raised concerns about threats from the NYC board following her criticism of President Bola Tinubu's government in a viral social media post. Now, the young woman, reportedly from Cross River State, shared her grievances on TikTok under the handle Talk to Raye. In the video, she tearfully expressed frustration over the rising cost of goods in Nigeria, describing Tinubu as a terrible president. She said that she doesn't know if there are other presidents that have been terrible, but Tinubu, you're a terrible president. You're not doing well. And then she said she also accused the government of ignoring economic struggles faced by citizens. So Sowore, a former presidential candidate of African Action Congress, defended Raye on Sunday, stating that she must be protected from what she referred to as the illegitimate Tinubu regime. He praised her as a hero of the moment. The young lady Raye, whose TikToker names, he praised her. Just in the same vein, Atiku Abubakar too has drummed support for the young lady in question. As the ex-vice president Atiku Abubakar expressed support for the Lagos State National Youth Corps member. Now, in a statement on his Twitter handle, aka X, Atiku praised Raye's courage, describing her as a symbol of a new generation of politically engaged women committed to advocacy and democratic participation. So immediately I heard this, it just reminds me of the statement of Akpabio when he said that Natasha's actions may make people not want to bring women close in politics anymore or appoint women. I hope it's not the likes of this lady. Now, Raye embodies.
Leave Akpabio. Just keep it one side for now.
Okay, so according to Atiku Abubakar, it says Raye embodies the spirit of new generation of women who champion the ideals of popular participation and unwavering advocacy in the political sphere. I deeply admire her boldness and wisdom, her fearlessness, her fearless resolve to speak truth to power, undeterred by the weight of opposition, he wrote. We could go on and on and on. Let me take your reaction to that. Perhaps if we also may, I may look for a way to get that video so that we'll play it too, if it is really necessary that we'll play it. But let me take a reaction to or what all these responses so far has been.
Well, Precious, we're living in a country where a lot of people are living in denial. A lot of people are having this whole thing about suffering and smiling. And people don't want to talk because, they feel, why would I say this? It's going to be about against my party or against my father's party or against a friend's party and all of that. But you see, President Obasa just said something recently. He says that hungry youths, pushing the hungry youths to revolt. And what the lady has said is not out of place. She has simply said the truth. Not said anything out of place. She hasn't said anything out of place. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I'd like to know, as an elderly person yourself, would you say it's insulting to call to say that the president is a terrible president? Is it insulting? We have a respect culture in Africa. So
it depends on what you mean. It depends on what you see. Precious, let me tell you one big problem we have, not only in Africa, but especially in Nigeria.
Okay, sir.
We believe that everything said by a younger person without putting a side to it is an insult. And that is why the Igbos have come up with one new slang. If a child calls his father, "Daddy, you're a lion," the father will be upset. You know that.
Why?
Yes, but in Igbo land now, you can say, wait now. In Igbo language, you can say, "Nam Igbo Ago." The man will feel that you have praised him.
So you can't say that in English language.
Igbo Ago means you're a lion, but you can't say it in English language. But you say it in your own dialect, it gives the man some power. He feels, my son is calling me a big name. So it depends. It's all semantics. But for me, I do not see anything abusive in that girl's message. I just see a girl that is frustrated. And when people are frustrated, they are bound to say things. And they say the things that come out from inside them, from their heart. They're not beating around the bush. There is nobody in Nigeria today that is not feeling the pain of what that girl is talking about. There is nobody. Everybody is feeling the pain. Everybody is going through a lot. Everybody is going through a lot. So you need to understand where the whole thing lies. So the girl has just simply said her mind. After all, what do you call him? El-Rufai's son have said more than that. Why is he not being hunted? Why have they not gone to arrest him? Why has he not been punished? And this is where we keep saying we have two laws in this country. We have one law for the rich and mighty. We have one law for the poor. If that girl's father was a minister now, nobody will come after her. So this is the problem. It's a problem where we have a situation where the political class believe that they are the Alpha and the Omega. But truth be told, let us forget the messenger and let us look at the message. Is there anything wrong in that girl's message? I believe that the president should take the message and forget the messenger. And that is what the right thing to do. If you have a president that cannot be criticized, then we're not moving forward. We're not ready to develop as a nation. It's only in Africa that, you know, those in power don't like to be criticized. And that's the truth. So for me, I just feel that, I need to say this to you, Precious. Supporters of this president are very violent.
How?
Yes, they are very violent. Extremely violent. The moment you do not agree with them, even on social media, they come out like bees looking for who to sting. They don't have patience, they don't want to listen to you, but yet these are same people that are feeling the pains every other Nigerian is feeling. The hunger everybody is feeling, they are feeling it. Some of them don't, some of them, their children are even out of school. Some of them are fighting with their landlords. Some of them are not eating 3 square meals a day. But because of loyalty to an individual and to a party, they lose every sense of reasoning. And I'm surprised NYSC is dragging this matter up and down. There are better things NYSC should focus on.
But a lot of people are saying that she failed the NYSC role. At the time you're serving your country, you're supposed to be very loyal to the country. You're like a military officer.
Even when the country has put a rope around your neck.
So you're like a military officer who has sworn allegiance to the country. At that point, you're not supposed to say anything against the country.
That's the way people are liking it. Every civil servant in Nigeria that belongs to a political party, especially the ruling class, they should not be punished. Yes. Even the military service chiefs, they too should be punished.
Do we have military officials that belong to the to any political party, sir?
They don't need to belong, but they are not supposed to be partisan. That's the point. That's the point I'm trying to make. They're supposed to be upright. Are they really upright?
Are they
upright?
Are they not upright?
Are you going to answer that question?
I just ask you now. I don't know. Okay.
You saw the defense of Burutai the other day about the money they say he misappropriated. You saw the kind of response he gave. Is that the kind of response somebody should be giving? So there's so much wrong in this country. People are suffering. Precious, people are suffering. You saw the lady that jumped into the lagoon the other day.
Yes, I did. That was so sad.
Good. I shared a video with you earlier today, where some mothers and her siblings and her children tied their father up. They want to kill him over property. It shows you how bad things have become in this country. Is it about 2 weeks? I was robbed in traffic. And you think I'm happy about that? You think if government has done the right thing, creating an enabling environment for businesses to thrive, for these youths who are always on Ushie Bridge, my 2 bridge, to gainfully employed, do you think they'll be there harassing people? It is a failure of governance that is breeding these miscreants all over the place. So let us not paint it. Let us not paint anything different color. Let us say things the way they are. The policies of this government is not working. It is pushing people further into poverty. And I think it is a deliberate act. Because when the people are poor and hungry, any pretense you give to them, they accept and do your bidding. So I stand with the lady because I know that even me too, as I did so, I did suffer for Nigeria right now.
Okay, so I wanted us to pay attention to a few things that she said. First of all, you've been able to establish the fact that saying that President Tinubu is a terrible person is not an insult, is not an abuse. The reason I said that is because of the context of our African culture. Bill, I said I speak too much of you, Joseph.
Which culture? When I get culture. Precious, you have a culture. you have the culture and tradition. If you have a culture, you will not bring Oro out during the election. You will not bring it out during the afternoon. You don't have a culture. Let us stop this whole, thing we keep talking about culture. Where is the culture? Which tribe in Nigeria today has culture? Mention one. A governor will come into power. He's calling an Eze to come to government house and see him. He's asking the Oba of Benin to leave his throne and come to him. You just sound like Obasa just said. A lot of all these people who are, traditional rulers, they are all gangsters, drug addicts. That's what Obasa just said. So these people have bastardized our culture. We no longer have culture. We're living like a people that have no culture. So please don't bring that angle of culture. Culture is you only see culture when it affects a poor man. When it affects a rich man, do you see culture? You don't even remember there is a culture.
Okay. So some of the things that she said, I'd like us to chronicle them. She mentioned the constant inflation. Is government in an ideal environment supposed to pay attention to high cost of living? Because it looks like the way other people they use clamp against what she thought. It can't be like say na criminal offense for somebody to request, say, make government do something, maybe put up a price control or do something about the incessant inflation. You can't like say now something will be abomination when it happen for any country at all. So now wait to make us say we could get this conversation, and very soon we'll also bring other people watching us into the conversation, especially Nigerians living in every other part of the world, so that they would join us and tell us in their places where they stay, is it ideal for government to do something about inflation in their country? Because she mentioned like a crate of egg is 8,000 naira now. And she said that it was just like yesterday, that it was like that she could literally remember when crate of egg was just only 800 naira. And now it's 8,000 naira. That one is small. We could remember just in 2015, during Jonathan's administration, they were still buying a bag of rice for 7,500. Right now, it's about 100,000, 90,000 naira, thereabouts. So with what she said about inflation, is there anything wrong with that by expecting or demanding government actions in fighting inflation? Please, let's chronicle what she said so that Nigerians will understand what they deserve and what they don't deserve. Okay.
There's a social contract between the government and the people.
Yes, sir.
It is contained in that obnoxious 1999 Constitution. How much of that contract has been implemented by the government?
That is the social contract. Now, say government to we the citizens will carry all our natural resources, give government. Say government to take these natural resources to also collect that from us services to and then use that social contract to give use the money or use better our life, give us electricity or give us good road or give us housing or give us water or give us everything. That social contract. Now for Igbo land, did it happen now? Did it happen for Nigeria now?
No. You have it in that your obnoxious 1999 Constitution.
Maybe our own. Maybe that's verse for our own. They write down with small letters. Only we see and where.
I don't know which letter they use. Whether black ink or a red ink they use. But you see, the point is this. Yes. It is the duty of government to create an enabling environment for businesses to thrive. That is one. It is also the duty of government to provide the basic things of life for our people. And what do Nigerians, what are the basic things Nigerians want? Food, clothing, housing, affordable transportation, affordable hospitals, affordable drugs, affordable schools for their children. But where do you have these things? Are they existing?
Okay, I don't know if you know. I don't know if you know about the case of.
I'm coming. Precious, I'm coming. Between Jonathan's administration,
it's okay, sir,
and the last 9 or 8 years of APC, please, Precious, tell me, sir? How did the price of things go up? What happened? And in other words, what they are trying to tell us is that the the Jonathan administration was not a government of the people. What you have today, this APC government, right from Buhari to Bola Tinubu, is a class issue. This government is class, that is all. You either belong to them or you're out of the game. So in the real sense, there's no need, Nigeria is in most countries abroad, food is the commonest thing you get.
Because it is subsidized, not because it's actually cheap. Because the government deliberately subsidized.
Yes, because government knows that the people need to eat to be alive. So what are we enjoying as citizens of this country today? What are we enjoying? So the truth of the matter is that, like I keep saying, a lot of Nigerians, those who are close to the corridor of power, those who are benefiting from government, are behaving as if they don't live in this country. They are closing their eyes to the realities of what is happening in this country. They are living in denial. I read the speech of Mr. President to the Catholic Bishops' Conference of Nigeria. And I was shocked. At every point in time, when this president needs to talk to people, he tells you, yes, I use all my chest, remove subsidy. Yes, I don't have a problem with that.
Because it was a bold step to take.
Yes, and he comes to tell me that that bold step is for generations unborn. Precious, who says that kind of thing? A man that has 5 children, and all the 5 children are sick. You are not finding solution to curing them. You said the money you have, you are saving it for the one that your wife is not yet pregnant of. Is that not hypocrisy?
That's what you see,
Yes, now. It's hypocrisy.
This your analysis, it is different too. So you get 5 children. The 5 children never chop. The money where you get to use, give them food. They save the money for the belly where your wife never even carry, for the picking where your wife never even carry the belly yet.
Exactly. That's generation unborn. So if those 5 children die, and then your wife cannot get pregnant again, what happens? Is that not foolishness? Penny-wise, pound foolish.
So that means those way they are alive, suppose they are alive first and survive and chop first before we think about generations unborn. Is that what you're saying?
It is the duty of, without the people, there cannot be government. Without the people, who will you govern? But unfortunately, the Nigerian people have given their sovereignty to government, and then the government is playing football with it. That is why, if you check your electoral law, it is difficult for you to recall back the same person you voted into power.
The process.
The same person that sat under mango tree with you, where you were selling corn and roasting corn and roasting plantain and yam.
And making hair in the salon.
And making hair in the salon. You cannot recall the person back because of the kind of laws that have been put in place. So the moment you give your sovereignty to those in power, that is the end. And unfortunately in Nigeria, the moment election is won, rather than sit back and provide for the needs of the Nigerian people, they are thinking of the next election. So for me, because as a matter of fact, the truth is that our leaders don't listen. Our leaders are not listening, and our leaders are not learning from history.
How can we make them listen when to talk is now a problem? Because if you talk now, they go carry arrest, threaten you. Some people who don't talk. See that the Yata, journalist for inside Kaduna State, till today that guy is a wall. He's MIA. We don't know where in day, just because they criticize ERUPTS and Buhari government at that time. So these are the issues, because if they even arrest you, be like say they do you favor. Some people just disappear.
That is to say that we are not running a democracy in Nigeria.
So how do we ensure we run that democracy that we should run? That's the question.
Okay, this is how you ensure it. Let me tell you how you ensure it. When the people open their eyes and shun politicians when they bring money, shun them with their money, shun them with their cup of rice, shun them with everything they come with. That is one. Two, when the people begin to vote individuals that has credibility, that has proven record, that have everything it takes to lead, and not political parties. We need to get ourselves out of this. If I am if I'm contesting election in APC, and you're contesting in PDP, and I don't have character, people should not vote for me because of what I'm giving to them or because of what people around me are giving to them. They should vote the person in the other party that they believe can deliver. So see the National Assembly, for instance. In the last how many weeks now, all we're hearing is Natasha and Akpabio. Natasha and Akpabio. As if there's nothing else to be done. As if there's nothing else. We need to see, for us to move this country forward, Precious. You see this whole thing about those in support say aye, those against say nay, it has to end. It has to end. When we're in a year, in the year of technology.
So maybe they use technology, they vote. Make they know waiting them vote.
Exactly. So that we know who voted for.
People them accountable for waiting them vote for.
Exactly.
But they not go green now because they not say that one go open their So because they not go green now.
That's why I keep saying that when we vote people that are credible, that is where it starts from. When the politicians realize that the electorate will not elect you because of the money you have given them, because of the rights you have given them, because of the honors you have given them, they will sit up. You see this suffering Nigerians are suffering now. This is 2025. By the time you enter 2026, you will see that money will start flowing.
If we go, I like to ask a question very quickly, Sal, because I just more of a bit of a deviation. If say for every government, whether in Nigeria or abroad, they waiting I don't notice for every administration, especially for government, they will won't get second tenor or we get second tenor motive. Their first tenor would always be their very best outing. It always be the best outing what did they get. So if first tenor day like this for Nigeria, where everybody they choke, they cry like this, I beg no vex. So if we can't vote 2027, between 2027 and 2031, how the country would take be? Because you know why I'm asking this question? To most political elites, just really day like things they had. Because it just they like saying Nigerians just they complain because they like to complain. I don't know if it's because once they get into government and they know that their fuel na free that they give them, food na free that they give them, internet na free every day, every year for inside budget they buy new gadgets, new laptop, new AC, new everything. So because they live on the citizens when they did government, even like say they had them to understand the reality of what Nigerians they go through. So if that kind of thing can't happen, say we can't vote the same government enter again. I beg no vex. How we go come take be for Nigerians?
I they tell you. Don't forget that when a government comes for second term, they have nothing to lose.
Now, wait till make ask the question.
Good. They have nothing to lose, so anything goes. I was reading a BBC Hausa interview of ERUPTS, and I'm telling you, I was shocked. I looked at myself and tears were rolling down. Why? ERUPTS said, yes, we knew about the problem the president had in Chicago. But we closed our eyes to it. and worked tirelessly for him to be president. Now, and
So
that
please,
we wanted him to replicate. Let me finish. They wanted him to replicate Lagos in the federal government, and I laughed. Why did I laugh? The Lagos everybody keeps talking about. When we talk about Lagos, it's so painful that those who have built Lagos, their names don't get mentioned. No matter how much you try to talk, I stand on my integrity to say that the best governor Lagos ever had was late Lateef Jakonde. Because that was an era of accountability, of transparency. Please, I want to beg those who foisted this president on us, let them go and show me the mansion built by Jakonde that he lived in before he died. Let them go and show us.
So you not building. So you mean say not
convert
on Lagos property to your own when you use.
Let them go and show us. Let them go and show us the entourage he carries around as governor. But this was a man who worked tirelessly. Education, housing, food. I mean, Lagos was bubbling. Security. So when everybody was talking about this, when Atiku was fighting about this Chicago thing and everything, they said, no, it's not. But El-Rufai, who was a kitchen cabinet member of the campaign, has come out to say, we knew about it. So you can see how wicked the political class is.
But this kind of confession, what did it really mean? And what did Nigerians supposed to do with this kind of confession? What did Nigerians supposed to do with them? This kind of confession?
Well, Nigerians, the only thing they can do with it is to wait for 2027. If Nigerians come out today to protest, they will charge them for treason. Nigeria is the only country where you have people protesting against protesters. Look at the women who are about all over the place saying that they are protesting in support of Akpabio. They don't even know who Akpabio is. They don't even know what the problem is. They are not even sure of what they're doing. All they know is that somebody somewhere has, engineered, giving them money and say, carry placard. They don't even know what is written on the placard. So a country where the political class uses money to induce the people to support wrongdoing is a country that does not want to develop. Somebody will come and talk about the Asian giants and tell you how they survived. They'll tell you how India has become a world power. But they're not telling you that in making those sacrifices that the people were asked to make, that the leaders in front of that sacrifice. So Nigeria is a country we want to be great, which is the prayer of every Nigerian. But our leaders are not ready to make that sacrifice. And that is why, as you and I discussed today, your senators are not ready to tell you how much they earn. Your governors are not ready to tell you how much they earn.
Hey, but that money is supposed to be in the open now, because now when they pay them salary now, why should I not know how much I'm paying my employee?
Because as far as they're concerned, like I said, the day you gave them, the day you collected that cup of rice, 2 balls of onions, a sachet of 2 packs of noodles, and maybe 5,000 or 10,000, that is the day you sold yourself cheap. That is the day your market value was reduced to 0. See what? Let me tell you. Let me make you laugh a bit. If you go and check most couples that are having problems, especially couples from the southeast, you'll find out that these are couples. When the man was going to marry, the family of the girl just hammer her with bill. When the man pay the bill finish, call the child, go tell his wife, say, see these your people, I don't want to see them. That is the same mindset of our politicians. By the time they bribe everybody, they now calculate how much they have spent running the election. And when they eventually win the election, what do? They will sit back to recoup their money back. If it takes them 4 years to recoup it back, if they know that after 4 years they didn't get back their money, they will add more money and go for the kill for the next 4 years. So we have a big problem in our hands. In as much as we blame the political class, the citizens have their own blame too. I agree that there is what they call institutionalized poverty, weaponized poverty in Nigeria. But I think that the people themselves must begin to use their head and think as if there's no box and say to themselves, we want to take our country back. We want to flush out the bad politicians. It is possible, and the people have the power to do that.
Okay, so if you think that this one day possible, how it is so good to achieve them, especially considering our religious and ethnic divide as it be, because it be like saying one of the things we be say the hold us be that. If you look at most countries, they don't get up. I talk French far. You know, Mozambique, which country be that we be say just pursued the leader recently after election?
Kenya.
Not be even Kenya, no, not be Kenya. Recently, when they just do election, when the person do like saying be done just again, then for sure, even go the palace, go the presidential distance, scatter the place. Now wrong, come out to another for that country. So is it that this is not me, please, inciting Nigerians to any violence? No, that is not it. But at what point do we Nigerians begin to tell ourselves that, okay, it don't do government, it don't reach time when I go hear our voice? Because I had to even get into a rant yesterday night because it looked like the thing can affect my mental health. I can't ask myself, if this government actually understand that pain as they say they understand, they not fit take the decision to place all government officials appointed and elected on minimum wage. For example, make it be city they end that minimally. Make we know say they actually go. Do you know that abroad, from the little I know and understand, that if you join politics, it's like a life of service. You don't make that much profit. It's not a profitable venture. As
it's precious. You're talking too much English.
Okay, sir.
You have in Nigeria professional politicians.
When are their career be that?
And their career. These are people that they have not done any other thing in their life other than what? Politics. And so they know that being in that political arena, everything, their bills is paid by people. So they don't care. Now you talked about religion.
That means now we enable them.
Yes, you talked about religion. And I asked one question. Hunger, does he know Christian or Muslim? Poverty, no Christian or Muslim? Subsidy is gone, does he know Christian or Muslim?
You know no.
Lack of light, does he know Christian or Muslim? Now, two things are involved. Those we call political leaders. How many of them are standing up and speaking truth to power? How many of them? We are still in a country where they reserve seats for politicians in front row.
For church.
For church. Is it not shameful? You see some men of God or some religious leaders, they will be using corrupt politicians to be preaching and telling people that these are role models. So the problem is not just about the poor Nigerians.
So are you saying that
the religious leaders have a role?
Also
the religious bodies in Nigeria, they are equally as corrupt. Some of them are equally as corrupt as the political class. So, we need
analyzing this young lady conversation, apologies, so that we go move to other issues. Analyzing this young lady conversation, she talked about price control or government attending to the inflation and all that. Was it wrong for her to say that? Because we had established the fact that saying the president is a terrible president is necessarily not an insult. He's not an insult. That's what you said.
Pressure.
So,
Sir, I've told you before now, the government can only control price when the government has alternative for the people. Maybe I need to drum it down now, make people understand. In Lagos here, there was a time accommodation was something else. People could not get accommodation, not because the accommodations were not there, but because of the money being charged by landlords and agents and lawyers. Now, what did the governor of Lagos State then do, the late Jakonde? He came out. He got out of the box. And he started building low-cost houses across the entire state. And these low-cost houses were all fabricated, prefabs. So it did not take as much time as when you need to start doing all the arrangement. No, they just come join them and all of that. And then if they fix the price. So because of the fact that government already has an option for the people, they were able to introduce price control. So it is not left for you to either go and rent from government or go and rent from individuals. So it is until you do that. So when you talk about the prices of food items, what is the food security in Nigeria today? We know that farmers did not harvest as much as they used to harvest last year because of bandits.
Insecurity.
We also know that government had said, oh, we're going to give opening for people to import foods and all of that. How many of them did? Did you ever hear anybody say that these people imported certain quantity of rice and all of that? So how do you expect government to talk of price control when they do not have an option for the people? Somebody cannot import something and is clearing the container with almost 20 million, 15 million, 13 million, and you want him to sell below the cost price. The companies that are even producing in Nigeria, you know how epileptic electricity is. That even when they don't have the electricity, they will burn diesel. And then you expect them to sell below their cost price. And that's why we keep saying.
So that means now government responsibility. So that means now government responsibility to do something about them.
It is the duty of government to create that enabling environment.
So that means the young lady was not wrong for expecting government to act.
No, she was not. That is why when your Nigerian Labour Congress come out and say they want to protest against telecom companies, we were laughing at them. You're protesting against telecom. You're not protesting because of why they're increasing their service prices. You're not. They didn't just wake up and say, let us increase. They looked at the hard reality of running a business. And they said, no, we cannot continue. If we continue like this, we will run out of business. So rather than Nigerian Labour Congress and the TUC to address the main cause of the problem, they are scratching it on the face. And they think Nigerians are stupid. So that's the problem. You don't cure cancer by cutting it from the surface. You need to go deep down to remove it from the root. So when companies come up and say they're increasing their prices, you shouldn't tell them, well, you cannot increase your prices. Meanwhile, the government that has increased taxes, that has made them to increase their cost of production, you're not addressing the government. So the lady was
and
right
just
when she said,
also,
the lady was right when she said that government has not lived up to expectation. She was totally wrong. Correct.
All right. So another thing where she talked about this, the way Lagos smells. And most times when people talk about Lagos smelling, the next thing they go remind the person say it is salt Lagos. I don't like to say that most people who say you insult Lagos are not even called Lagosians. Most of them are Yoruba people from other southwestern states and not called Lagosians. So you live in Lagos State, sir. Is it wrong to say that most streets or some streets in Lagos smell? And saying that somewhere smell, please, is it an abuse? Or it is something that government should evoke reaction from government so that they can do something about it? I just want to know.
No, I think where they're getting it wrong is because she's a Corper and they believe she shouldn't have a say. It's the same thing that happened during the 2023 elections, where they said, if you're not voting for APC, you cannot vote in Lagos. So when an outsider says it, it becomes poisonous. And that brings me back to the issue of ethnicity and tribalism. Unfortunately, those who keep fighting other tribes in Lagos over certain things are not even Lagosians themselves. They're not Lagosians. The real Lagosians are accommodating. They don't even quarrel with anybody. It is people, outsiders, who are not even Lagosians, that carry the Lagos matter on their head. And that's a big problem.
Okay, so in other words, is it supposed to be insulting, or is it insulting when someone says that, oh, Lagos State stinks? It smells, I'm going to call that video.
Precious, if somebody comes to your house and tells you that there's a bad smell from your house, the person is not insulting. The person is telling you to go and check your house. Maybe there's a dead rat there.
I will go find where the rats die. I will go find where the rats die. As a matter of fact, they say it's only one's closest friend that can tell one that one's mouth smells. So if someone does not like you, they can't tell you that your mouth smells. But let me quickly call that video. Okay, so Nigerians, I want to let you know that this conversation is open. You can join us in the studio directly. I've just dropped a link on the chat session, on the comment section. So check the pinned post on the comment section. You go see link way there inside. Just follow that link straight. Once you click the link, it will bring you straight into our studio. And you go feel join us live, make a comment, express yourself as per this conversation. I'm going to play this young lady's video now. Let's watch it keenly and take notes of the key things that she said. And make we know what she talk will really be the thing we did very insulting, which she's not supposed to talk, apart from the fact that because she's an NYSC girl and she's supposed to be she's supposed to have sworn allegiance to protecting her country, as it were, and then she don't disobey the country right now by speaking up to the things that happen for the country. But let's quickly take a listen to her.
I genuinely feel so overwhelmed, and I feel like if a lot of Nigerians come out and start speaking on what we are actually going through, then maybe changes will be made in the government. Don't you guys think? And this video, I just want to say to our president, I don't know if there have been any other president that is terrible, but you are such a terrible president. It is so hard. So I'm coming from the supermarket where I went to get foodstuffs, and everything has gone up again. It's just like every single week prices increase. I want to know, what is the government doing about this increment? Is there going to be a particular time where prices will stop going up? Is there going to be a particular time where things are going to go back? Guys, why am I going to get a crate of egg and they're telling me it is 6.5? It doesn't make any sense that egg will cost 6.5. Like, I literally can't remember when egg used to cost 800. And I'm so overwhelmed because this is literally my first time doing this adulthood thing alone. This is my first time moving out of my family house. This is my first time living by myself. And not just that, after I left the supermarket and I got home, my security is bringing NEPA bill, and NEPA bill has gone up by 2 times. Like, it's insane. I can't keep up with these bills. I am so overwhelmed and I'm so exhausted. Every single money that I have been making, I'm using it to pay bills. I don't even get to live properly. The craziest thing was, you want to go out to a certain location with your friends, and Uber is about 25,000. Like, even Uber, that we can't even take Uber. It is crazy. Like, why are things so expensive? And let's not even add, Lagos stinks. Lagos smells like shit. If you say, okay, I want to take a walk, I'm depressed, let me just take a walk, you can't even take a walk. Like, the place smells like crazy. Why does an entire state smell like this? And what is the government doing about the bad smell? Everything is just so overwhelming. You want to start up a business, and now you have to take a loan to start up a business, and the loan, you don't even know if you can actually repay it, because in the business, I don't know, I'm just so tired. Like, why is no one saying anything about it? Being an NYSC Corper, there's nothing beneficial about this whole NYSC thing. The money I spend on transportation is just more than the alawi the government gives me. Like, it doesn't, I can't keep up. Like, I'm so tired of this bill, and I can't keep up. I am overwhelmed, and I'm tired, I'm exhausted. It's too much, and I wish that we would start calling the government out heads on. For example, Tinubu, you are a terrible president. Like, what are you doing to help us? What are you doing to help the economy? You are so terrible. I'm so sick and tired of Nigerians acting like we are strong, and they say, oh, Nigerians, we are actually very strong. Oh, no matter how much they increase things, we still chest it. No, it is not cute. We are cowards. That is a cowardly behavior. You don't stand to ask people, oh, why is this expensive? For example, MTN, what the fuck is even going on? Literally, I spend over like 20,000 on data in a week, and I'm not even joking. 1.5 data cannot even last me for an entire day. I have to do 1.5 like 2 times a day, which is like 3,000 a day. It is too much. Like, what are you guys doing about it? Like, what is happening? I'm tired of paying bills. I feel like I don't have anything. I feel like I don't have any achievement to call my own every single time that I work hard. Because Nigerians are so classist. Everybody now wants to behave as if they are rich. Everybody is faking wealth. But we are ending up being poor because we are struggling so hard to look rich. We are ending up being poor. So I need us as Nigerians to please start calling the government out. We should be tired of this by now. We need to call the government out. Prices need to start one place. Food needs to start one place. The economy needs to start one place. Like, we are tired. It's just too much. The more you work hard to achieve something, the higher it gets. The dream car that I was saving money for has literally gone double. I can't even afford it anymore. Instead, I'm going to attack. So guys, yesterday I made a video talking about the Nigerian government and how terrible President Tinubu is, and I was crying in the video. So 30 minutes ago, I just received a call from the NYSC board, starting with the secretariat before the LGI, and for the secretariat, for the NYSC secretariat, I'm going to attach what she said, some of the things she said, so you guys will hear.
Are you normal?
I wasn't insulting the president, ma. I was only asking for accountability.
Hold down that rubbish you put there.
Ma, are you threatening me?
Hold down that rubbish. You are not talking to your mate.
Ma, she called me and she was shouting and she was threatening me to take down the video. And in my first mind, I'm like, wait, how did they get my phone number? And then I realized that every NYSC Corper has to fill a file with your phone number and your address. I'm like, these people actually have my house address and they know where I'm staying. And now they have started calling me first to threaten me. It is so bad that you can't even just speak up about the government because they feel like they have chains to hold you. You're already calling me to threaten me. And this is, I will literally attach what she said so you guys can hear. She was telling me that I was insulting the president. I never insulted the president. I said he's terrible. That is not an insult. It is a statement, and I did not go on and start saying, oh, Tinubu, you're this, you're that. I just said he's a terrible president. And it's okay for a body to identify that, okay, this person is actually terrible at their job. So why is it a problem that the NYSC government, NYSC secretariat, or NYSC board will call me to threaten me? Like, why is that okay? That I can't speak up for something that is directly hurting me? Why is it okay that they will call me to threaten me under 24 hours that I made a video? Why can't Nigerians speak up? Why are they holding us in chains? Why do they feel like everything that we do, they have ways to control us? Let me tell you guys something, NYSC NYC board or whatever. If you guys have come together and you like, maybe you're not calling me one by one to threaten me, that's fine. You can do whatever you want to do. Because I know that you guys already have plans. The one that this one is calling me, the next person is calling me, that's fine. But now I'm putting it out here so you guys will see and you guys will know. NYC, they have my house address and they are still calling me to threaten me. So in case anything happens, you will be very much aware where the problem started. Because I did not say anything I shouldn't have said. The Nigerian government are not doing anything about the inflation that is happening. And it's causing us to be very depressed. I am depressed and my bank account is going to zero and I still have to live every day. And I'm asking the Nigerian government to do something about the inflation. And instead of me to get a call and say, okay, we are working on it, I'm getting a call saying that, oh, you're very stupid. Why did you do that to Tinubu? Take down that video. You did this, you did that. I just want you guys to know that this is what the NYC board are doing. And in case anything happens to me, because they have my address, you guys know who to hold accountable.
Whoa, so we hear what she's saying.
Hold on.
I surrender, sir.
I need to say this. We need to understand the usage of that word, terrible. If you are talking about emotional expression, just as this lady has expressed, that word terrible is not an abusive language.
You know the abusive language.
It is not an abusive language because she's expressing an emotion.
So if now you the president, you don't feel bad.
Let me finish. Sorry. That lady is already expressing depression.
So if now you the president, you know paying you know go feel say this small picking insult you. Is that what you're saying?
Let me tell you the truth of the matter. The girl suddenly realized that she's an adult. Now she's beginning to realize that adulthood is a scam.
So she just leave her. So now a lot of people come there. So, just like what she was trying to say about coping mechanism. Nigerians are like, how can you buy a crate of egg? Can you not be buying the egg one? Now this is a girl who perhaps when she was living in her parents' house, these things, person like me and you, we may like to buy things in bulk. You understand and keep. So how do you force a girl who is used to a particular lifestyle to adjust because the condition of the country is bad and because she called the president out, instead of you to use joint voices in asking for accountability and asking that government must do something about the incessant inflation? Abi, she's supposed to adjust. Then another thing was like, oh, why did she go and live in Lekki? She should have lived in, obviously, from the way that girl sounds, she don't sound like, say, Nami Bonham, because I speak pidgin English. Maybe Bikin was born, go to speak pidgin English. If you hear her eloquence, you obviously understand that she's used to a particular lifestyle.
Calm down. You see, when some Nigerians come on social media and they open their dirty mouths.
Hey, wait, dirty. That is.
They open their unclean mouths.
Hey.
To criticize what somebody who is going through emotional pain, who is going through depression is talking. Such people don't have empathy.
Because it will be out of frustration. I
was reading an article written by what's his name now? This police officer that just been promoted to, I think, AIG now, Disu.
Jimmy Disu.
And that,
no,
yeah,
Disu.
And he said something. He said,
the former RRS commander.
Good. He said, do you know how many parents bring their children to the station? Some will even bring their children and say, I beg, help me quiet this boy.
You don't fire them.
He said somebody brought the child to the station. And I think it had to do with cultism. And he said, please, can they waste this boy?
That is the beginning not to bring embarrassment to them.
Yes. He didn't say anything, he left. And the next morning, at the same moment, when they find him became, now he carry food.
Don't give him. Okay, so Nigeria, I'll let you know that you can join the conversation. Please check on the pin post.
What I'm trying to say is that
link to the studio. Thank you.
There are three things that is in this girl's video.
Okay.
One is that she's describing a severe situation. She's not used to a situation. She just found herself in that situation. This is somebody that has stayed under her father's, her parents.
Don't chop free food since. You don't reach time. You don't reach time to do independent.
So now she don't face adulthood, and it now dawned on her that adulthood is a scam. The pictures you see in Nollywood. Let me finish.
Should you really be in an ideal environment? Okay.
Let me finish. The pictures you see in Nollywood and Hollywood and which one is that Indian one? All those things you see, they are not reality.
Now this one be the real reality.
They are not reality. Now make believe. But now the reality has dawned on her. And because the reality has dawned on her, she is now forced to describe a severe situation. That is one. Two, she is doing what they call constructive criticism of the system. That is what she's doing. That lady has simply shown you what it takes to be a baby. Babies do things because they are not aware. They mean no harm.
Okay, so
totally.
Okay, hold on.
Totally now. Totally is an emotional expression. It's an emotional expression. You can't take that away from any human being. When we get emotional, we say a lot of things. So anybody that is calling, I'm even surprised, I'm shocked at NYSC itself, the way they're going about it. They are pushing that girl into a more critical state of depression. If the girl tomorrow now loses it and goes and commits suicide, they'll say, mental health. But those who are supposed to help her, coping mechanism, rather than doing that, what are they doing? They say, bring her out, let us crucify her. Crucify her. That's what they're doing. It simply shows you that some people in government have no empathy. They don't even understand what it takes to relate with the people. In a same society, nobody will talk to her on the phone. They would have just called her to say, report in the office tomorrow, NYSC office tomorrow morning. And then they send her to a counselor to talk to her, to hear her out. But no, Nigeria, bring her, make we kill, bring her, make we kill. If you have anything you say that is against the government, you are a dead meat.
Okay. So let's look at some things that she said. I was trying to say that whether talking about adulthood being a scam, should adulthood actually be a scam in a functional environment? Because we could look at some countries like Saudi Arabia and UAE and the things where we get in common oil. Apart from oil, we get many other mineral resources where these countries them not get. You understand? But yet the citizens of these countries, they enjoy good healthcare, good education, so many things. In fact, I've been saying Saudi Arabia, I've been there at 9 days, they pay taxes because they believe that based on the social contracts the citizens have with them, now their duty to use that resources to better the lives of the citizens. So is it too much for an adult graduate to just leave us for the first time to demand some sort of to get some desire for some sort of things and make life easy small for them? But my phone line is already buzzing. By the way, you can get into the studio if you want. Kindly click on the link on the pinned post. It will direct you straight to the studio and you can join the conversation once you get into the
Precious, you've talked about Saudi Arabia, you've talked about other countries where the wealth of the nation is used to better the lives of the people.
Absolutely.
Good. How many former leaders of the countries you have mentioned and the ones you have not mentioned have properties in Nigeria?
Hey, no, Nigeria no rich. Maybe
how many of them have
the US?
Calm down. How many of them have bank accounts in Nigeria? But take your Nigerian leaders. Mention one governor, one ex-governor that EFCC did not go after.
See, you know, so we talk about EFCC today now. They said they don't repatriate money.
The way they steal, the way those in government steal money in this country, they don't steal in thousands, in millions. They steal in billions. You've heard the case of Yaya Bello. What has come out of it?
We have the former accountant general, will be Hausa man. Till today, we'll never know how much. 109 billion naira.
Hold on. Say go give a small tertiary insight. Make una take hold on herself. Talk am. Say make them give her time. Give them small. So how do you
the business when you and do? Hey God.
So how do you fight corruption in a system like Nigeria? This is the country where your president. No. Now that they're saying that they're abusing the president, let me even ask this question. Maybe they think we have forgotten. This is a country where on the 29th of May 2023, the president said subsidy is gone. While we're grappling with the subsidy is gone, they ended up throwing Nigerians into different bands, to the point that some people are even in bandwagon. While we're still grappling with that. Yes, while we're still grappling with that. In the heat of all of this, in saving money for generations yet on board, your president bought a new presidential jet. New set of cars were bought for senators and honorable members. And you say that this is a country that the leaders have patriotism flowing in their blood. See the fight going on between Obasa and Meranda, Mojisola, Abi?
You know, say the fight never stop, but they still continue.
What is the fight? The fight is that there was a budget Obasa had approved for them to buy jeeps for all the members. And the woman, when she became speaker for those few days, implemented it and even saved money from the reports available. She saved money from what was approved. And that is the fight.
She not spend as much as him budget.
That is it, that she saved money. But meanwhile,
but the president supports Obasa. Is it not the president that we heard that he said Obasa will continue and finish his tenure?
Is what your president doing democratic? What Mr. President is doing, is it democratic? This is the same president that said he fought the military era. He fought against the military era. What he's doing today, is it democratic? How does it justify that he's a Democrat? After the president who believes in democracy, and don't forget, democracy is about the people. The people have come and said, we don't want this man as a speaker.
The majority.
And they removed him and got somebody else. And you, the president, who should be the arrowhead of democracy, you are supporting undemocratic governance. And people are clapping for you. It is the same thing that the president is doing in Lagos that he has done in Rivers State. When the first time he said he was intervening, yes. When he invited them, when he invited what do you call it? When he invited Fubara and Wike to the villa and gave out his 8-point agenda. Don't forget, he started that meeting by admonishing the governor.
Yes.
The Supreme Court followed the same trajectory. In delivering their judgment, what did they do?
There's a 7-man panel now that has sat, to review that judgment and that has faulted the judgment. Say the judgment.
I'm not telling you that when listen, I said when the Supreme Court was giving that judgment, they started also by, first of all, throwing stones and pebbles at the governor. Is that proper? Where is the democracy we're talking about? We're not practicing democracy in Nigeria. Because what it means is that if the House impeaches a governor, Mr. President can actually tell the governor to continue. So these are the things that are happening that people are speaking against. But the political class don't want to learn. So it is no longer about the people. It's more about those in power. All right.
Okay. So okay. All right. So the Nigerians, please, this conversation is open. You go please join the conversation. If you check the pinned post, you go see the link. Then what drop there? One link. Link will be go direct you straight to the house to join us for inside the studio. So you go join us straight into the studio right here, and you can choose to join with your face by turning on your video, or you can just block your video and just join with your voice alone. And then you can also call us on WhatsApp. The WhatsApp line is also open and available for you to call us on. That WhatsApp number is also on the pinned post there, so you can quickly join the conversation, and the WhatsApp number is there for you to join the conversation. Okay, let me see if I can recall that WhatsApp line very quickly. The WhatsApp number, okay, the WhatsApp number is 0817-029-4077. 0817-029-4077. But the best way for you to join the conversation is just to click on that link by the pinned post and then join us right here in the studio to be part of the conversation. I already have some of your WhatsApp messages. I'll be reading them out whilst we'll move on. So before we go to other conversation, we'll have the case of Natasha Poti to talk about, because she's come out to say that that she has it in good knowledge that they are likely going to arrest her should she come back into the country once she steps up foot in Abuja. And she narrated what happened while she was in New York. We're going to look at that, but let's take this call. Hello, good evening and welcome.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening, welcome.
Good.
Thank
This
you.
is Mr. Charles
Charles, where are you calling from, Mr. Charles?
from South Africa.
Yeah, welcome. So, Mr. Charles, so please, in South Africa, how do you guys hold your government accountable? Or how do you hold the government of that country accountable? In a way that you will not insult the government, you understand? The way that will not make them angry.
Which government? Nigerian government or South African government?
South African government, how do you hold them accountable in a way that would not, evoke their anger?
No, in South Africa, there's freedom of speech.
In Nigeria, there's freedom of speech too. Do you know?
No, not in Nigeria. No. I'm in Nigeria. When I talk, I'm in Nigeria. I schooled in Nigeria. I did my NYC in Nigeria before I traveled out of the country. I left Nigeria in 1992 after my youth service.
Okay.
So I've been in South Africa for more than something years.
So what is the difference between the South African freedom of speech and the Nigerian freedom of speech?
Nobody comes to you and harass you when you talk.
No matter how you talk to the president. You mean yes. On a picture on a president saying they're terrible, they no go do anything?
We tell him shit. It's a public figure. Yes.
Hey.
You tell him shit. It's a public figure. Whatever I want to tell him, we tell him.
Okay.
We don't want this. We don't want this. It's a public servant.
Okay.
You know, he should carry all our burden, not our problem. He carry our burden and our problem on his head. We pay him for what he's doing.
So he must carry on a matter for his head.
Yes, he must carry it.
Okay, so let me allow you jump in on the conversation. What would you like to react to on this conversation? Make I know what you want to react to for this conversation. What would you like to react to?
Look, I'm pissed off with that girl. The way that the NYC woman is just talking to that girl and see that girl in Nigeria like that. That girl she has gotten every fundamental right to air her grievances. Is she when that is it only when that girl goes to 10 million bridge fall on the ocean and they will attention? It's very bad. Until we learn to hold our government accountable, we'll never get any headway. And I like that bravery of that young girl. It just shows that the youth are now knowing that government is a scam in Nigeria.
Hey, thank you.
It's a big scam.
Mr. Charles. Thank you. Okay, well done. Thank you. Prince Francis Chilaka, did you hear what Mr. Charles said from? He said for South Africa, did they tell I don't forget his name. So they tell her many people they won't tell her. Say no consign them. See they put them there. hey, I go ask another person from another country. Please join the conversation, especially if you're calling from outside Nigeria. I'd really love to take your contribution and how you guys hold your government accountable. Now, the essence of this, apart from the fact that we try to water down the conversation, is to educate and enlighten Nigerians, make Nigerians understand what they deserve as Nigeria in an ideal democracy. Let Nigerians understand what they deserve. What is the ideal thing compared to what they are getting? So that maybe it will now sharpen their mind enough to know why they may deserve more than they get right now. And maybe that will help them call themselves to action. I don't know. This is not inciting anyone, as I said earlier, but just to educate and enlighten Nigerians on what they really deserve. Phone lines are open. You can join that conversation. Check on the link on the the link on the pinned post. You'll see a link that will direct you straight to the studio. Just click on that link. It will bring you straight into the studio. You can join us like this in the studio. Or you can call the WhatsApp number 0817-029-4077. 0817-029-4077. Let me quickly take some messages from WhatsApp. Okay, so this says, Precious, good evening. To be honest, Nigerians are docile people, and we deserve the leaders we get, God forbid. And then he said, freedom does not
which one is God forbid?
Sorry,
which one is God forbid?
He said we deserve who we get.
Yes, we deserve what we have. We deserve what we have.
Me personally, I don't deserve them. Now, wait to make I say God forbid.
Oh, yeah. Go to Rivers. Go Rivers, go talk. Now make I hear.
Go
Rivers.
I declare to go Rivers.
Yes.
I don't
go Rivers. Make we care you.
I know they appear to go River State. So Moko conclude on this young lady matter. Now we're Atiku Abubakar and Omoyele Sowore drum support for her. Do you think that this drumming of support from either of them or any of them or two of them, they're politically motivated just because it's anything against Tinubu who must support? Or do you think that
I don't know. I don't think it's anything against Tinubu. It's just the fact that we must begin to understand that, you see, these Gen Zs, they're not like you and I. Gen Zs not send anybody. You cannot hold them down. They will say their mind.
They call the girl one and na. She can't do another video. Can't talk about the one in where they want.
Exactly, that is who they are. That is who they are. So our leaders must come to that realization that you're dealing with a set of human beings who, I would say, have evolved faster than we planned. You can't stop it. See, there are certain questions my son will ask me sometimes. I will just look and I don't know if you know how to answer them. It's the truth. When I was growing up there, you can't see that there are certain things you can't even say in front of your father. This generation, these children don't know what they don't want to know. And it's good. It helps them to understand, it helps them to learn. So why would you want to shut such person down? So for me, it's not about whether Atiku has come out to say something or Sowore. No. It's the fact that the truth is always bitter, and it has been said. Nobody should shut the girl down. This is democracy. We are practicing democracy.
Okay, so again, I ask the question, how it be saying that the same President Bola Tinubu will follow fight for this democracy, what we say we day to day, because he fight the military well for him. How it be saying under in government, now repeatedly, anybody will raise voice, then they clamp down on them. Remember the end bad governance protest. People come protest, and it be like they come protest. Now so, in fact, we get counter protesters, we protest against the protesters and all that. Why it be say na person? So how is this? I don't know. Is it democratic? Or is it that these are just people that are overzealous supporters that are doing this for eye service sake, playing psychophancy? Or could it be that he's aware that these are the kind of things that people are doing on his behalf? Because he did have to believe. Make I ask.
Well,
And then if we continue like this, what will be the campaign point we'll go make for 2027 as election they come and how Nigerians go use their eyes.
You are who they make campaign points. Now hunger, now insecurity want the campaign. So tell me, what is the campaign point? Hunger, insecurity, depression, poverty, coastal highway.
Now that one a better project now. The best of its kind of that kind of road. Lagos Calabar Coastal Highway, very good project. If
congratulations.
When Obasanjo talk against them, then come talk again. Say Obasanjo.
Congratulations. You are doing the coastal highway. You are doing the coastal highway when the roads you have are not fixed yet.
Let's take this call. Hello, welcome. Good evening and welcome. Ugo, where are you calling from?
I'm calling from UK.
You're welcome.
My customer.
No, it's not customer. My customer. How market today? Ugo, it's been a long time. Good to hear from you. Go ahead. Let's hear your take on the conversation. I know if you say make I don't want you. I know the VOP again, by the way. So now here I did, and I got with you. Thank you. So for UK, how do they use hold on people accountable? People want to put for leadership. No vex. So I just the ask for our fellow brothers and for here.
Okay, thank you very much. The setting for here is so organized that general public don't need that the masses that they discuss politics.
Why did they forbid that?
It's so organized.
It's too good.
Yeah, it's too good that the general public discuss politics. If you're sick, you know what to do. You know what I'm saying?
So it be like say they don't put the system automatic, they automated, so everything they work by itself.
If you want to travel with the bus, you know what to do. If you want to travel with train, you know what to do. If you have emergency, you know what to do, even in hospital.
So you not go even feel they remember government self because everything they work. Oh, at every time job day. Yeah.
Food in your fridge. You understand? So it's not happening anyway, but the system is so organized that discussing politics become an issue to the masses.
But perhaps when that need arise to discuss them, how do they take Joam?
Even the politicians say and they respect themselves, they run for their head too, because they know say people they live here for people. You get what I mean? So work for his office intimidating because he knows me in Instagram. And I work on that. Yes. Yeah, so clean and getting respect. Anything you do here, you get your respect. You understand? And even person when employ you know within just as long as you work for that company, just you are as good as your manager in your position. You understand? So everybody's respected. You understand? Even though there is compromises, it will be so negligible that you should not see that tangible as any. You know what I mean? Hello?
Yes, I can hear you. I understand totally.
So our sister went to talk about our president. They say Tilaka said that he swear allegiance to Nigeria. He said allegiance to Nigeria, but he knows swear allegiance to the president. Now he's talking about the president regime. Present regime.
Now the president are the symbol of Nigeria now. The president are the symbol of Nigeria now.
Okay, the president is the symbol of Nigeria now. But it's not the symbol of his office then. Hello?
Yes, I can hear you. Go ahead, please.
You cannot say you're a footballer while you're a wrestler. Because you find yourself in football, you say that you are now a footballer. So if the president is a symbol of Nigeria, it should behave like one. That's what our sister is saying. They say, oh, you are not good in your job. Just as people used to say, can you allow somebody who is a learner to drive you to a long distance journey? Even you as a driver, if you want to be in front of a motor, you have a learner. You must make sure that you too, you're a good driver. So in case of you, a learner begins to misbehave, you can be able to control the steering.
Thank you.
So
thank you.
So it's not even like one. That's what our sister is saying. This is not what we expected of you. It's simple as that.
Okay. So no be insult with that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
No. So if somebody say you're terrible, it's common language when you things are not going the way it's supposed to be. You're terrible. We English, we don't English. So if somebody gonna say like you're made qualification for office. Should be the reason why you should even respect yourself in first instance.
Thank you. Go. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
The oldest man in the country. He's not the oldest. You know, go office. Now, what you feel do? Are you competent? If you want to do, let it get anyone. Say, are you resident? Are you competent? That's the qualification, not your age. You don't ask you how old are you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Prince Francis, did you hear all the things he said? Apologies. Did you hear all what he said? He said no be age did they use get job for office, say na competence. So say age not supposed to be wahala at all. But let's get into Natasha Kotti's issue because a lot get to do with that case. I already don't take side touch the Obasa issue because we hear say the settlement to president settled them no work at all because say it be like say some kind who people see the frown face on there. You know, say president called all of them for meeting yesterday last week, the Obasa and Meranda people, and at the end of the day, Congress made they allow Obasa to continue to be the speaker. What did they be? In fact, it be like say they even finger Sowore for that matter. Say it be like say Sowore now engineer the removal of Obasa and say it be like saying don't they won't gather too much hand. How dare he gather that kind of structure like that to do that kind of thing he did? So because of that, according to them say allegedly, in case we could not understand what them say be now allegedly. But Nigerian dailies carry the news, sir.
You know, I talked about the settlement in Lagos, that the solution that your president preferred for Lagos. In my reading of his body language and in my reading of what he must have told the House of Assembly members with their speaker, I think he has simply told them, go and do your speakership and forget structure. The fight in Lagos is not about speakership, it's about structure. And the way it is now, it appears that Obasa has been handed over the structure of APC in Lagos.
To hold.
From the way things are, because he seems now to be wielding more power than the governor. If in quotes, the governor had a hand in his removal and he got removed democratically, the president has no right to bring him back.
And then lawyers don't talk and say the way they use come out and for office they legitimate. So then why did they bring him back? Why did the president insist that he must bring him back?
No, I'm gonna take that to reverse. I think that when Mr. President said to your Fubara to obey the Supreme Court,
yes, that's
it's a clear message. You know the message? The message is go and do your job, go and be working as a governor, but don't build a structure.
So the problem is
the structure is meant for 2027. It is the same structure that made it impossible for somebody to do a second term. It's the same structure. So you have a situation where you will just be there as a governor or a speaker, or as a governor, you have no structure. So another person is controlling the structure. You are just there as a governor. How will that work out? And then don't forget that there's a new angle to this whole thing now. And that angle is a very serious angle. Some people have come out to call themselves funny names, claiming to be pure Lagosians.
Yes, they said that Obasa is not a Lagos man, so power was returned.
Good. They're even questioning the powers and the jurisdiction of Aremu Oshoba and what's his name?
Akonde, Akonde.
Yes, they're not questioning them that how come there's an issue in Lagos, you are bringing people from Ondo and Ogun State to come and resolve it. Among the GSC, there's a big divide now because some people who had said some things before that in Lagos you have 30% of Lagosians and non-Lagosians are 70%. It doesn't matter. Now they're coming to say that those people who have come, who are non-Lagosians, don't want to go again. And then another group is saying that why must a non-Lagosian be imposed as a speaker as against a Lagosian? So it is a war of structure. Who will control the structure of Lagos State, one, and the structure of APC? And like I've said, the governing, the GSC or whatever they call them, is an illegality in our constitution. It does not exist. So it is an illegality on its own. And then people are also questioning the membership of that body. Are they Lagosians or are they outsiders? The Labour Party governorship candidate 2023, Rose Vivo, have also come out to say that, you know, it doesn't make sense for anybody to impose Obasa on the Lagos State House of Assembly.
On the people of Lagos State. Yes.
Yes, it doesn't make sense. So this whole thing is all about 2027, all about power, all about structure. It's not about the Lagosians. So I'm also supporting the Lagos for Lagos.
Okay, so make what they see as it go play out now, because this one are not gonna be problem with the brief for 2027. Because some people they talk say when you reach 2027 now, because all of them wait there in one word or the other, they say that you know, then get the authorization of President Bola Tinubu to day that office within day. So for them to get mind to disobey President Tinubu, if you see all of them go feel come back, because if you just pick another people to win the election and to come back and they don't lose their seats, then be that. Them wait there, they even get structure enough to stop one head.
Precious. Nobody was born. Nobody was born on that seat. Power is transient.
Okay. So power they change hands.
Nobody knows what will happen between now and 2027.
Okay. Now, speaking about 2027, an APOC stalwart has spoken about how President Tinubu is a dogged fighter. Remember that during 2023 election, they made a talk say President Tinubu never ever lose election before. So saying no go feel lose this presidential election, and truly he didn't lose. Now they're also saying it again that that no matter how all opposition parties then come together, come against them, say could they work? If they like made them defect from different parties, then come join together to make sure say they win them. Say Tinubu no be person who be win for election because say his strategy to use win election too much and nobody go feel win them. Well, for the Nigerians and the Sarah, what's in this mean to Nigerians now for waiting they go through?
If you are talking about strategy to win election, a free and fair election, when it is free and fair and the people have a say and their votes have a say, APC will not win the election.
Just like
so it is not about it has nothing to do with it. Has not
APC did, just like APC did not win presidential election in Lagos State in 2023.
Yes, it has nothing to do with strategy. No, it has nothing to do with strategy. It's about the people. It's about the people. The way Nigeria is today, if you conduct the election and APC wins, if it's a free and fair election and APC wins, then Nigerians are in bondage. It means that Nigerians have been caged. They don't use juju, voodoo, holona. Because I don't think anybody will see, I don't see anybody that will see the suffering Nigerians are going through today that will open his or her eyes and thumbprint for APC. So when they want to talk about strategy, what they should be talking about is not strategy. They should be telling us that this government has done this for the people. And for that, the people must return them to power.
And that's not about strategy. The case here. Okay. All right. Well, you know, they're different from waiting. They happen for Akwa Ibom State. As Akwa Ibom State people waited the same constituency of the Senate president also complain, say he don't betray them because the matter be seen supposed just go Senate like 2 times, but it be like say you won't also go back for the third. In fact, by even going for the another time for Senate, say you don't betray them. But make we leave that matter, enter inside the one we get to do with in matter with Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan. You know, say over the weekend, secret been come out to come talk about the plan by the Nigerian Senate, an alleged plan, them say plan by the Nigerian Senate, where they don't do for inside meetings. Say the way they don't plan them, say they go come tell the president of the Senate, Abubakar, to step down. When he stepped down from government, they'll constantly make him miss the Ethics and Privileges Committee. When at that man, where they say them the bar for US, New York, Senator Imaswen, that's committee when they lead. So they'll come tell and say, oh yeah, come preside over this matter. Then Natasha will come bring all her evidence. We show say they sexually harass her. Then after all that evidence, they come look and say, see you. Is this an evidence? They come throw away the evidence. Say the evidence they no reach. Say in fact, for insulting our president of the Senate and bringing all this evidence we no reach grant, we hereby expunge you, remove you, expel you, and suspend you indefinitely from the Senate. Say that the plan we didn't get for Natasha. Then the Senate president will come back to insist. That's not the one hand. But the Natasha herself too don't come react to some matter than way they hand. As a matter of fact, she come out, come talk about how you know, what's happened to her for where she go for the Interparliamentary Union, the meeting for inside New York. According to Waiting Premium Times, right, to make her read them as a writer, so that I no go quote me. He said Natasha claims that her speech at the event where she raised concerns about sexual harassment allegations against Senate President Godswill Akpabio has triggered threats against her life. If you recall, the Senate president even said that during the plenary that now she don't carry the thing go international community, saying no where she go carry the thing will carry it again now because she doesn't go everywhere. Now she revealed that after her address at the United Nations premises, 3 Nigerian embassy officials led by the Charge d'Affaires attempted to remove her from the venue. From the venue of the event, then come meet her to remove her there. However, she said parliamentarians from other countries and even security personnel intervened and prevented her removal. The senator clarified that she had independently registered for the conference as a senator, securing accreditation through IPU's mailing list for her previous attendance. She also stated that she personally funded her trip after receiving approval to participate. Before maybe all these things then happen. Now, Natasha detailed how she successfully attended the IPU meeting in New York, despite not being officially nominated by the Nigerian government, because person when they nominate for Nigerian government to go represent them there. And I think one kafila at Ogbara will be person will be there for the junior chamber, that is House of Representatives in HD. Now, she explained that she registered online as a senator and secured accreditation because she was already on IPU's mailing list from her previous attendance, according to her. She personally funded the trip after receiving approval to participate. In fact, she also further states that she did very aware. Say plans they on the way to arrest her when she come back to Nigeria. In fact, say the plan, I say once she step her leg for Abuja like this, they don't call up her, they go carry her, go. If this is the plan, then are we still in democracy, sir?
Let me say this, and I say it with all sense of responsibility.
True, because if not them say, if this is true, yeah, Premium Times, right, and not me.
The people that are demarketing Nigeria are the political class, our leaders. They are in the forefront of demarketing this country. They are in the forefront of, you know, putting this country to shame across the globe. The kind of things they do, the kind of things they say, their lifestyle, everything they do is geared towards demarketing this country. We're talking about Natasha and Akpabio. But nobody has talked about, even the Senate have not seen the need to look at the issue raised about the chairman of ethics committee.
The one where be say,
how can you have a serious case of fraud, defrauding somebody abroad, and you got yourself debarred, and you are the chairman of ethics committee? What are you bringing to the table?
That is no. Now people don't understand what ethics mean. Make we explain now. We're not vexed. You know, make they like to use mixed language to present my show. Now, person where be say get bad character for abroad where from come. They say waiting lead to that bad character now because of say, person where get problem, a woman where get problem, give am case. In be lawyer, she give am case to handle. This man collect money in legal fees for the woman hand. After collecting the money, he carry the money. Otilo court, appear. Case, answer. Nothing he do for the woman. Now so the woman can't go court, drag and till when the Oyibo people then for inside New York can't look at it because say no, this is unethical behavior. Ethics now, remember. This is an unethical behavior. So we no go fit take them. And then say, in fact, that license will make you get mine to one represent person. We will give you, we could collect the license for your hand. That's how they debarred him, remove the license. Now he came to Nigeria, established a law firm. At so I hear na them say and then come the function with the law firm for inside Nigeria. Abi, then come contest for Senate under Labour Party, by the way, come win the election. Then they come make and they look and what we say because of your good ethics, they can't give them chairman of ethics and privileges committee. I don't understand what is wrong. Goodness me. It is something so you be like say they explain to you for Nigeria, you understand that, man. Let me say you must have very high comprehension level for your head. So with all this character, they look you finish. You don't know any other committee where they will give the person to take charge of. Now the one where they in charge of that same ethics, where you people will say no, it fall below their ethics. In attitude, they're unethical. That means it scores 0 for ethics. That they can't come Nigeria, can't give a chairman of our ethics committee for inside our Senate. Oh wow. Go ahead, sir. No vex. I say make I explain to Nigerians.
No, you've done a
use pidgin English to Nigerians. Make they understand.
You've done a good job. I mean, for me, it's a mockery.
Thank you for the vote of confidence. You know, say they give Senate President vote of confidence. You have returned
it's a mockery of our system. It's a mockery of our nation. People with questionable character should not be allowed into government. For the fact that there is an alleged, the man should have stepped aside. Even this is all not be alleged. They don't. He there for internet everywhere with him picture, and I'm surprised he has not sued all those people that have been publishing it.
So you're supposed to tell them, say, how dare you? You're a liar.
Yes.
I was not debarred. Nigerians in New York, people no, gonna help us. So, on I suppose on the act on a government now check on a list them of people with them bar and debar whether not true. Because
so bringing the issue of Natasha and
the Senate President. Yes, please.
Honestly speaking, I keep saying that the Senate President did not handle this matter very well. He has allowed this matter to fester. And it's a normal Nigerian man thing. It's like when a husband and wife have issues that has gotten so bad that they have to divorce. You can do your divorce quietly. Nobody will know, nobody will hear. But no, the man go one show saying the man. They're going to drag the matter. They drag themselves like I pass my neighbor generator. Honestly speaking, if the Senate had been sincere with itself, this matter should have been nipped in the bud as soon as it came up. If the Senate was sincere with itself, that suspension should have been held. It should have been suspended first. Because no matter what you say to anyone today, they will tell you that the whole essence why she was suspended is because of that allegation.
But you know, say they also reply you, the IPU talk, say no. The Nigerian Senate reply to IPU, say no. Not be because of any sexual harassment to come out. Say not because she get bad character. She failed the Senate standing rules and order Now we see make we come out.
So the standing rules, the standing rules of the Senate is even stronger than the Bible. That they all used to swear an oath. It is stronger than the Bible that most of them used to swear an oath to protect the Constitution of Nigeria. The oath they swore is to the Constitution, not to that their red book that they're showcasing everywhere. Because it is not that people are beginning to focus on that book. And it looks like that book is more like saying, see no evil, speak no evil, hear no evil. So it means that that book is more like caging everybody. With that book, you do anyhow, you see anyhow. So anybody that says they want to arrest her, what do they want to arrest her for? For going to air her grievances, where she thinks that people will listen to her. When did that become an offense? So in this country, we keep shifting the goalpost. Sexual harassment is a scandal that the Senate President should have stepped aside and allow proper investigation. So anybody saying that she was suspended because of her behavior on the floor of the Senate. If you go to the internet, there are videos showing how even the current Senate President misbehaved on the floors of the National Assembly. Good. Also shows how your wife of your president also misbehaved.
With a
floor. Exactly.
So why were they not suspended for 6 months?
That is the point. So there is nobody you will tell that this suspension has nothing to do with. Don't forget that initially the Senate refused to accept her petition.
Yes. Now, speaking about that petition, make I give you another gist while here. You know, say my work now to bring the news come. According to as I use filter my ear. So another gist has it that Prince Francis Chilaka, can you hear me? And Nigerians, are you listening? So another gist can carry am say that Ethics and Privileges Committee, you know, say list been come out of people we signed that her suspension will be members of the Ethics and Privileges Committee.
Yes.
Gist will come out, carry and say, now, please tell those who don't understand Yoruba language. Now, they said that what happened was that, there were members of the committee who came early for the meeting. And they sat down and they were waiting for other members to sit. And when other members did not come quick, they now wrote their names in the list to say, I come this meeting so that when time reach to pay me my sitting allowance alawi, they go pay me my sitting alawi. So they all write their names and sign. Then when the Oga were they in charge, that is the Oga, the ethical, but in US unethical, the US unethical and Nigerian ethical chairman, come na, they can't carry list, can't give, but they can't say, okay, this is not the list of people we attend the thing. So now they can't carry the list, can't give, can't turn to people we. So I hear that members of that committee, according to what I heard though, the members of the committee were even angry with the Senate President, that why would you assert that we approved of this suspension for 6 months when you know that that's not we approved? Could it be that the chairman of the committee worked in cahoot with the Senate President?
Precious.
Look at the rules.
Precious, calm down.
Sir.
A man who has no ethical standing in the international community, a man whose character is questionable, what do you expect from such a man? You can't give what you don't have.
In fact,
you cannot give what you don't have. I've told you that if you want all your secrets, where you don't do kona kurukere waka, where you listen only you wakara, go join Nigerian politics.
Now, because I too get secret, now waiting make me no agree on politics. Now talk, I can't talk.
So that is where Nigeria is. Because don't forget that in the midst of what you're doing, you never ask yourself a question. Who they tell Natasha said they want to arrest her? It was not an open discussion.
So
how to file that means that it means that she to get her own person
inside the house to where go they give her gist.
Yeah, so who tell them also say they go tell the Senate President to step aside, then they go pass vote of confidence on them and then suspend her indefinitely. Now people will do the meeting now. So it's common sense. It simply shows you also that, you know, the senators are not thinking out of the box.
Okay, let's go enter inside another matter. Okay, sir. Just let me let you land your thoughts.
I think they're just acting irrationally. That's what they're doing.
Thank you. Oh, yeah,
they're not using common sense. They're not thinking out of the box.
Okay, so make we enter inside the matter we get to do with insecurity for inside the country. As the Afenifere youth leader don't come out and explain why see they carry I see for this time where be say they kidnapper. So not be smart in saying still Pepe. Now, the national youth president of Afenifere, Prince Eniola Ojajuni, has called for urgent action against the rising wave of kidnapping by headsmen in southwest Nigeria. Prince Francis, you understand, sir? By headsmen in southwest Nigeria. Remember, say Enugu State people they cry, the same headsmen. Oh, by the way, Sapele women the other day, they also carry protest, enter inside one police station, say they don't do. Say these headsmen, they kill their boys, they rape their women. And it's always the same pattern. Kill, rape, kidnap. That's what has been going on. Now, he also claimed that it's headsmen. Now, speaking at a press conference, Ojajuni recounted his recent abduction, describing it as a wake-up call for government and security agencies. Make we remember, say, for inside February 17, 2025, he was ambushed near, I think, Akoko, for inside Ondo State, while traveling to Abuja. Armed Fulani headsmen disguised in military uniform opened fire on his vehicle, according to him, hitting it with 19 bullets before abducting him and others, he revealed. Now, Ojajuni narrated how he spent 12 horrifying days in captivity, suffering 2 gunshot wounds, 1 narrowly missing his spinal cord, alongside several severe physical abuse. Now, he said, I was beaten 72 times. He count them one by one. See, I was beaten 72 times every day. Every day, they knock us 72 times daily. And witnessed fellow captives, especially women, being brutally mistreated. The kidnappers were well organized and heavily armed, wielding over 20 AK-47 rifles. Who give them? And hey, who taught them how to even handle these rifles? Because not be everybody sabi use gun, especially to handle an assault rifle like AK-47. Let's go on. Now, according to Ojajuni, the kidnappers have set up multiple camps across the region. That is not only one camp. So they get different camps across the southwest region, using advanced technology to track victims and evade security forces. He provided alarming figures, say 27 camps in Ondo State, 16 in Ekiti, 7 in Osun, and 5 in Ogun. You can imagine the ones who did my south for Niger Delta. You can imagine the ones who did for southeast. That means the whole of the south now don't they cordoned off by these kidnappers. Now, he also described how his ransom payment had to be relocated from Ekare to Ibilo after the kidnappers detected security forces tracking them. How then take notes that security forces they track them? Prince Francis, it was you who was in a live meeting with one of my guests the other day. Now you, Nabi, you did live with my guest. I mean, not be you. You did live with one of my guests one day where the person they talk say, now so somebody where they kidnap the person finish, they negotiate for ransom and they can't call police. Immediately the kidnappers call them. And I don't go call police, Abi. And I call military, Abi. Is this how we no? How they take notes say they call military? How did they know that they called military? But let's continue with this conversation because it's important that we all pay attention to this. Now, moving forward. So make I just narrate the story finish, no vex, because now about security and it is important me Nigerians and shine their eyes well. Now, he also described how, so according to him, he said, they thoroughly searched my phone, blocked certain contacts, and monitored social media to remain undetected. Now, he said, Ojajini urged Southwest Governors Forum to convene a security summit with youth representatives to address the crisis. He proposed establishing a Southwest Youth Security Network in collaboration with the Inspector General of Police and the Nigeria Forest Guards, the Forest Guards team, to enhance the intelligence gathering, improve community surveillance, and ensure swift reporting of suspicious activities. It took a lot of things, so but it will like say, as time no, they make a just bad break for this one's where you talk here like this. How possible is it that these people then will get this level of camps scattered around different states for inside Southwest alone? We'll never talk of Southeast and South-South. What is going on? And where are security officials them day when this one would happen?
Precious.
Sir?
I've told you, I have a first-hand information on somebody who was kidnapped somewhere around Shagam, and how they paid, I think, about 10 million naira. What do they even call it again? They paid 10 million naira ransom, and how I also told you how the man was flogged. So I think the flogging is part of the way to get the family of the kidnapped to understand how serious-minded these kidnappers are. Now, when we talk about the insecurity, this government will come and tell you that they have curbed the menace of insecurity to a large extent. And I keep asking, how do you curb it? What steps have you taken? How do you rehabilitate people you call repentant terrorists or repentant headsmen or whatever you want to call them? How do you justify it? I keep saying, how do you justify somebody who has tested blood and you carry the person and put where blood is running like tap, and you expect that the person will not, from time to time, take a cup and drink? So the thing is this: if you look at the way Nigeria is today, who are your cat pushers? Are they Nigerians?
That is what they collect iron condemn.
Yes. Most of the security men you see in houses today, are they Nigerians? But you know, Nigeria is a very porous country. The borders are very porous. You heard how many times, and the last time they said that about this is the something or 20-something thousand national IDs were issued to non-Nigerians. So it's yes, you know, and when you say that these things are being perpetrated by headsmen, Fulani headsmen, what they call them, they now call them Fulani killer headsmen. People try to justify it by telling you no. I've said, and I will keep saying it, the solution lies in the hands of government. First and foremost, we need to stop this whole idea of, you know, people moving cows around.
But since the cow nomadic in nature now.
Wait now, calm down.
Okay.
Calm down. Okay, sir. They are nomadic. As they are nomadic, but they know some of their leaders, they build a 3-story building they live inside.
That means
these people you call nomads, are they the owner of the cows?
No, we don't get them.
No. The guys you see in the bush moving these cows don't own the cows. So let those who own these cows, let government pass a law that anybody that has a cow must build a ranch. And the government should not involve itself in acquiring land for people to build ranch. If government has land somewhere and they have kept for something else and they want to sell it or auction it for people to come and take and build ranch, it's a different thing. But government must not take it as a responsibility to build ranch for these people. Let people go and rent land, build their ranch, put their cows there. You will see that, first of all, 50% of the menace would have been caught. And that's the truth. Your former president, if you remember, in 2015, in his asset declaration, he said he had found 500 cows. In 20...
Buhari.
Yes. In 2019, I mean?
Yeah, 2019, when he won.
He still had 500 cows. So the cows, they're all male. They don't reproduce. They don't produce, they don't reproduce, and none died. Now, who is taking care of those cows? Does he have a ranch? So it is not,
Could it be the reason why they were treating these issues with farmer and herders with levity?
Exactly. Because the big men are the ones who own these cows. It is the poor men who carry them to go and feed.
So now there's some sort of conspiracy theory. I don't know if I should call it that, but perhaps there may be some sort of truth to that, where people are saying that one of the major reasons why these people would not even settle for ranching is because they are deliberately urging towards a territorial control. So if you look at, the trajectory of some of the states they've had issues in, and some of the communities they've had issues, when they succeed in chasing people away from that community, they eventually take over those communities. So could it be true that that's why some northern elites who are into the same business may be saying little or nothing? Because to them,
when this government came to power, and when they started talking about their first year achievement, I remember I said something, and I will never forget it. I said, the only thing this presidency will tell me he has done that I will hail him for is to return all the people in IDP camps to their ancestral homes. Nobody's talking about that. But yet, the government is spending so much money talking about rehabilitating them and reintegrating some of these same killer men into the society. So we just have a country where there seems to be no law. A country where the human life no longer matters. Because if you ask me, what is the value of a Nigerian life? I read the is that a federal youth president?
The account, yes. The account for
I read his account, and I read where he said that when they started talking about paying of ransom, that the government kept saying, "Oh, we'll do," but they never came out. And they said they paid 17 million naira ransom.
And the same government they tell you say na criminal offense for you to pay ransom to kidnappers. That means this thing is becoming a very lucrative business.
It is a lucrative business. It's a lucrative business. If there are 5 or 6 of them operating and they give them 17 million, do the mathematics. If they collect 3 million, that's 15 million. Then they use the remaining to 2 million and go and catch phone. And then they look for another.
All right.
One person is paying 17 million. And if they have about 5 to 10 people they have kidnapped, do you know how much they're going to make?
All right, so let me quickly take some reactions, and then Nigerians, just to let you know that the phone line is open. Our studio is also open for you to jump in on the conversation. Check on the link. Check on the pinned post. So you see a link on the pinned post, and you can just follow that link. It will lead you straight into the studio for you to join the conversation. That is, if you follow the link by the pinned post, that link will carry you travel all the way from wherever you did for inside this world. You will just come straight into our studio to come join the conversation, or you call the WhatsApp the number where you be say day by that pinned post to 0817-029-4077. Don't try to call it directly. Call only on WhatsApp. 0817-029-4077. Hello, good evening and welcome. Good evening, sir. How are you?
My name is Frank Onero. I'm coming from the United States of America.
Frank, you're welcome. Oh, now New York, you there? I've been asking me to check on a bar list for us. It's okay. Thank you. You're welcome. Go ahead. Welcome, Frank.
I don't know how many minutes I get.
Just try talk sharp.
Okay. When it's we can find those level of goodness from some of the people Nigerians voted for, especially the Labour Party people. When Nigerians say they don't want APC, they don't want PDP, some of them come to sleep. When the young girl show exhibit, now we dey look for.
Like, so you mean say somebody like Rethinking now will not vote under APC, saying that the kind thing I expect her to do be this. She disappoints you?
She just decided to keep quiet.
Can't join them.
Yes, in the first 1 year she was.
Okay.
Chairmanship position, women affairs commission, every committee shares. That happens at times I take quiet. But nothing Nigerian politicians they do now. They take one silence you. I don't feel like I talk when I listen to Ramelia. In this politician house, I don't feel like I'm a senior man. I'm not a senior man, but at least I don't think.
Okay.
You understand? But even when we still challenge people with the authority. So some of us that know what is right and what is wrong. We don't care. Most of I tell some of my friends, I tell people, we that are from the Niger Delta, we don't respect elders, we don't respect people, but we don't feel irrespective of how much you get, irrespective of your status. So, even until say, this new generation, people get some level of boldness from certain region of the country, Nigeria, as the case may be. These young people, they feel them. Now go talk. They are not they defend themselves. Like you don't get talk. Instead of to call, they reasonable reason. They call say, when they talk, so we dey look into them. Okay, I will show you what you would do. You say no, they don't give us that time call. The call they do the young lady, not to threaten her. That young lady, at least okay, some big men that they support her now, they speak. Of course, some of them are for political reasons. But majority of Nigerians, women abroad, are standing behind that young girl. If anything do that young girl, in fact, as a matter of fact, you go appeal to the young girl. That NIC person will call her, threaten her. Let her make the number available to Nigerians. When Nigerians begin to ask her questions, I think.
And I won't go greet her small.
You know, small charges are email. What are you saying?
Frank, thank you.
Woman, you message for email. Tell her, say, I don't know what you try to get. You tell me, say, make him shut up. Say the nonsense he post. Jesus Christ. I was so angry in my spirit.
Sorry, no vex. Sorry.
Children are okay. You first come meet me first now. Now we be your leader here. You understand? We will talk the matter one-on-one. We will see what we will do for you. That's the way Nigerian politicians they do. All they try to do is to isolate each case and address it in some of the guesses. You don't feel wrong at it generally. Of course, we are address it. We don't feel out. If I say we not feel out, we don't feel out. If I send 20,000, 30,000, 50,000, 100,000, you go reach my mama, you go reach my people, they do something. Why not? If you don't have 50 before they reach, 50,000, 100,000, you know go bounce out to where go move it to 5 to.
So you wait there, Obodo, but the thing they reach you. How you can't expect us wait there here? How you can't expect us to feel? Hey.
For me, like I tell some people, after the 2023 elections, my boss, my former colleagues, all of them will work together. We support APC after what you lose everybody else after 8 years. If you support them, not try for your life, call my phone number, say you ask me for anything, not try forever.
Calm down, now, brother. You never reach like that now. No vex.
Serious, initially I heard it soft. After 2023 election, what if you only use our IC for 8 years? That will teach Nigerian people lessons. Even if some people say, oh, people vote for PC. They sat down and voted for the same party and the same people that have introduced them, that have given them pain, giving them hunger, giving them hardship. They will not work for money and send to one person that supported those kind of people. It will never happen again. Ever.
Thank you, Frank.
Circumstance. That's my decision.
Thank you. You didn't entitled to your decision. Your money, your rules. I say your money, your rules. So you have the entitled to what you want. You correct, brother.
You go $1,000 before you fetch your currency. Everybody, you don't finish. Now the same way they say, Nigeria said overseas, Europe, America, some countries. If you're not a support your family back home, you know more of young girl, you can see people they die for streets. I can tell you that one. My family went overseas. I know what it is to get their people
back home. Yes,
I mean, anybody who wants to buy a pizza, no doubt you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Finally, my message to the NYC girl, NYC lady, Rita, whatever you do, if you don't hear my voice, anything I feel to support you, I will support you. In any way, shape, or form, Nigeria, I'm not saying Nigerians will support you because of the crowd. She said a word. When Nigeria listen to that word, he said, you are telling her not to speak on issues that is affecting her
personally. Yes.
You know what affect people generally for America? They don't speak. They will speak. They will speak to you. If you know what I'm Nigerian politician, go back to his constituency. Say, okay, this is what they do. This is how they do. This is the way they come. They spend out. From here, they must hold you accountable. Even if you know what time, they will force you to end the town. If you know what time, your opposing party or come your region, your constituency, your district, come that time where you do not run from.
So that means for that place where you did so like this, on a disabi talk to our leaders, then hold them accountable. And they no go talk so and insult them. Hey, it no matter whether you be Democrats or you be Republican, you must tell them as you feel. Ah.
You know how to Democrat go find a way. Go for your district. Somebody will contest against you. Go hold town hall.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
And the world with people in the National Assembly, you vote, but just vote. You don't want people accountable for one but it's on the House of Rep, which is Congress. It's a first vote. They'll say yeah. But even if there is no say, the year has it. They're not going to click or say, yeah, the year has it. No, they're going to tell the clerk to call the roll. It's not difficult. It's not difficult.
So that as they call the roll, they go know which one where everybody votes one by one.
You voted for it.
And I go begin tell us. But now this America now go our democracy from you. I beg. Go ahead.
This. Will be made from every member of Congress to vote for it. You will do if you don't vote, you will vote process. That means you don't stand for yes, you don't stand for no. But you must vote either way, yes or no, or you vote process. It will be recorded. Every member office, their phone number is published across America. Whether you in New York, whether you in Alabama, whether you in Georgia, whether you in California, you can call that phone and bring that the person, their office, and drop your message, drop your concern. If you now answer you, the staff will answer you. You understand the thing now? Now you need to begin to hold this accountable in this regard. To change the system of the new houses. No. The people must vote yes or no. We should know what they voted for. It's not difficult because it gives them comfort. You don't know what they vote for. If today now, 20, 30 years ago, if I go to Congress in my district, they will tell me what I want that my Congress person voted for. The records are done. In Nigeria, it's nothing like that. So how do you hold them accountable? That's why they change the office they hold to oppress the people rather than to serve the people. If the mind not change, we are serving the people, then the people service us. It's not going to change.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Frank. Frank, I appreciate you.
Thank you very much for the opportunity to speak to you and to fellow Nigerians. God bless you. Once again, NYC Corper, make sure if they threaten you again, let us have their number so we can send some email, some messages to their email according to our value. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you. All right, Nigerians. The conversation is still open, so you can join the conversation. Check on the link on the link by the pinned post. There's a post that is pinned on the comment section right here on YouTube. So just check on that link. Click on the link by that pinned post. It will carry you straight inside the studio, or you call the WhatsApp number waiting for inside that same pinned post, and it will carry you inside the studio. But just before we go, let me run you through the topics we've discussed so far. I did tell you that Sowore rally support for core member threatened by NYSC over TikTok video criticizing Tinubu, demands protection from illegitimate president. Sowore. Atiku backs Lagos Corper facing threats over viral videos. Sowore and Atiku, they back the gear up. Now, indigenous thieves raise alarm over alleged grabbing of their lands by herdsmen in Nasarawa South. Still the same thing we're talking about insecurity, Prince Francis Chilaka. And then I also did tell you that Obasa Tinubu's Abuja meeting fails to calm Lagos Assembly impasse as crisis deepens. We also told you that EFCC recovered 365 billion naira, secured 4,111 convictions in 2024. And many would ask, where the money day? 2027, political gang up can't stop Tinubu's re-election, no matter how on a gang up reach, no matter how on a merge reach or collaboration, and no go fit stop in re-election. Akwa APC stalwarts accused Akwabi of betrayal. That one step day for corner. And I also did tell you about an exclusive House Senator Natasha alleges plots to arrest her upon return to Nigeria over IPU speech and Akwabi harassment allegations. And then I told you that a very youth leader recounts his ordeal, his 12-day ordeal in kidnappers, then exposes 55 bandit camps in southwest Nigeria. These and other issues we have looked at this evening. The conversation is still open. Yes, you can jump in on the conversation. Hello, good evening and welcome. Good evening. Hello. Hello. You just want to hear my voice again here. Hello. Hello.
Hello, Madam Precious.
Help me turn off that device so you use listen to me now. Yeah. Thank you. You're welcome. Go ahead. Hello.
Hello, Madam Precious.
I didn't hear you. Welcome. What's your name? Where you coming from?
Madam Precious, good evening.
Yes, welcome.
Madam Precious, good evening, ma.
I can hear you. I think you're trying to hear yourself from your device and from your phone at the same time. So there is this all back.
Okay. I'm going far from the device. Can you hear me now?
Yes, please.
Okay, I'm calling from Kuwait. I really want to commend you for this great job. And first, before I proceed, please, there was a barrister you brought to your program. It's supposed to be today. If that type of human being doesn't supposed to come to the program, honestly, that one is a disgrace.
No. So let me tell you something here. If we don't have diverse opinion, we cannot have an interesting conversation. So please. I am a call journalist. I'm not a blogger. I'm a journalist. I've done over 22 years in the journalism profession. And I must take everybody's point of view, irrespective of whether your point of view agrees with mine or not. It is my duty to take it. Yeah. So my own is even to counter question you. So please, he has the right to his say. I may not agree with him.
See everything they are doing perfectly. Then this man just came here to support Wiki without even saying something terrible. And that is the problem we have in the judiciary system. What is among them. They will say the whites, they will say the white, they call it black. That is the problem we are facing.
It's okay. So just go ahead and make your contribution.
Thank you so far for this great program. This greatest opportunity so far to join this program.
Thank you.
So, also, I reside abroad. I'm not in Nigeria. I'm calling
what
from
country
Kuwait.
From
Kuwait.
Okay, go ahead. From Kuwait. You see this, my Nigerians. Now we are one another for this world, though. Kuwait, long. Interesting. I love. How is Kuwait, by the way?
That is the reason why I called, because I know what the other of my fellow brother was lamenting. I think Kuwait law is what we are using in Nigeria. It's incredible. Tinubu is supposed to be in the grade. All those people with
I don't say that.
People that don't have integrity. So I'm going to be honest with the truth. What they are doing here in Kuwait, any form of impurity, not even say to go to prison or whatever. All this is supposed to be slaughtered. Not keeping him alive. Talk more of me and all these people that are in the Senate backing our money, converting it to billions and dollars of pounds, wasting our resources that we're supposed to utilize in our own country. These are the problems we are having. And they don't care about the pharmacies. That is the reason why I'm praying to Almighty God that all these things that is sufficient, Trump will bring everything, their children, their relatives back to Nigeria so that we face the problem they created for us. But honestly speaking, I'm telling you the honest truth, the problem we have in our country, God and the politicians, these are the two problems. Not spiritual problem, not spiritual problem. These are the people that are causing this problem.
But you know that different pastors have told us that our problem is spiritual. So you don't believe, say, their prophecy and well.
That is going on in Nigeria up to today. The same pastor that told us, is he not the same pastor? He was condemned for for everything, they are backlog, they are boldness, they are failure, this and that. Now, if the person that is telling us that this problem is spiritual, let me put Communion last 2 years ago told us we should live Tinubu and after giving himself to the power that he was going to make Nigeria to be more better. Now, this is not up to 2 years old. We are enjoying the betterment, right? Thank God what people are saying. He said he's going to continue from where Tinubu and stop. And that is exactly what he's doing. Yeah, it's supposed to make sure that Nigeria is Islamized. Okay, look at the kind of killing that is going on every day by day. If I open my phone, see people how to slaughter both in Enugu State, Benue State, what's part of that power? The thing is the one that kills me, that our Igbo people, our own Igbo people, are most to say people are opposed to their people in the power, they are very stupid. They don't do anything. Just come to your own place, scatter everything, after the money of West, and these people are just keeping quiet because of Tinubu for what? Yes, it's a waste of resources. You will farm, you will not even get anything. They will still come there, arrest them, kill them, nothing at all to be achieved. And whichever two people they bring to the House of Senate, they can't even open their mouth and say something tangible or say something against it. Go to the opposition party and the party stop. The thing is telling me honestly.
Sorry.
When I see what is going on in Nigeria, honestly, it's hot. All these people are living is waiting on they are using it's supposed to be killed. They don't really take it to their life. I'm not saying because of him, they are with their laws. The judge that collected small money and the back the judgment, he's still in prison now. 7 years in prison plus another 7 years.
Just small bribe when collect, just small bribe when judge collect. You don't meet judges for other countries to know how the judges they do.
I'm sorry to say this. You see, I respect the authority and the other possible people like they are from all these ones. You see all these things they are doing, they don't even value Nigerian judges because of their injustice. What the authority need to be speaking about different. Okay, imagine the kind of judgment the Supreme Court ruled because of one person. Yes, if the case is correct, it's supposed to be not even to put in the prison because all these people are the ones that are causing the confusion and problem we are creating more and more problem in the country. And they come to talk of Tinubu don't know his left from his right. They don't know his left from his right. I'm telling you the honest truth now. Ask him now. They don't talk about all these things, the one of them that will come to radio to talk rubbish and the other people they pay, all these their heirs and they don't know anything they are doing. I'm telling you the honest truth. Instead of to leave the car for the person that the car fits his head and for themselves. Now, so you see the way they are spoiling the country more. No any tangible thing. Okay, they can't now. Our economy is recovering from where to where? That is the question. From where to where? Tell me one particular thing since 2 years we can be able to say Tinubu do this one perfectly, or this one we have been able to actualize this one or get this one correct. Tell me, just mention one thing since he mentioned it as a president because if nobody voted him, he rigged himself. I support him.
All right, thank you.
No, man, just
Thank you.
If it's going to take 2 hours, I will stay to watch it in 2 hours.
Thank you so
and
much.
please keep on
Chilaka is not a barrister. He's not he's a prince.
Okay.
He's a prince with the blue blood.
No problem. This people make the program.
I will bring him. I will bring him. I'll bring him. I will bring him. I'll bring him. Then I'll bring somebody else who will oppose him. Eh? Calm down. You can't say that. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Let me let you go. Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you too. Thank you so much. Oh, I'm not gonna calm down now. You guys should be coming down. Uncle be coming down. Prince Francis Chilaka. Yeah, every single day. But let me quickly take some reactions because my message is full. Where do I start from here? Now. So let me see if I can take a few of your reactions. Oops. Okay. Oh, Nika, I'm so sorry. Nika says you guys kept me waiting. I love this program. Oh, stop it. I like it. Thank you so much. Apologies for keeping you waiting. EFCC are insincere with their operation. Only people without authority in government are always their victims. Sabino's Wajibichi sent in that message. And then who again? Let me see. I think I have this WhatsApp message here. What's that WhatsApp message? So there was a message somebody sent to me about the burning of the house of Wike. That's not true. I just fact checked that it's not true. Wike's house is not on fire. So please, it's not true. Disregard that information if you got it from anywhere. Wike's house is not on fire, please. But if anything happens, I'll let you know, because while we're talking, I just had to cross-check very quickly from people in River State. Cynthia says, good evening, precious Prince Chilaka. Well done. Thank you so much, Cynthia. Who again then? Sabino says, the young, frustrated Corper was very courageous and must be protected by the toxic APC government. Make a possum there. Kenneth Osapita says, good evening, Madam Precious and Prince Chelaka. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Good evening. Let me skip quickly. Until Ella says, Nigerians, wake up and rise up and take over your country. And then Kenneth says, there is nothing the young lady or Corper said that is untrue about the harsh economic realities of an average Nigerian. That's what you said. And then Cynthia said, a country of suffering and smiling, truth is bitter to them, but lie. Billy say we don't like truth at all. And then this here says, precious Inye, everybody was not trained like you that use sir to calm our spirits. Tinubu government is really terrible. That's what you say. So they decided to give you long life and prosperity. They calm you down and be okay. I got the top plenty, so moving forward. APC recruited media attackers are very dangerous on social media. Let them go and arrest El-Rufai's son, who called Tinubu Pablo drug lord. That's what you said. And then this here says, I agree with the girl. Nothing is working in Nigeria because nobody wants to say anything. They are all afraid and forget that government is supposed to solve the problem of the country. Unfortunately, we not even, in fact, I said, because we don't get too used to doing things by ourselves. So not even understand, say, that government responsibility. We're used to, I have a house, I have a generator, I have an inverter. I must have everything. So I am my own commissioner of power. Do you understand? I have my own water. I have my own everything. In fact, I put solar. Why? Every Nigerian provides everything for themselves. So it can't be like, say, we don't take up government. In fact, our streets go spoil. Road go spoil for streets. We'll go use our hand, do them well. We'll go even pay local government first before we even go do the road. When our money will contribute to use them. I've been at the one where your transformer go spoil. Now when I go buy transformer, can't still pay NEPA to install the transformer. I don't even want to talk about things we go through in this country. We're light to God. You know, rich to talk about. Electing a criminal as president will soon become your culture. Your culture? You mean your culture? Not my culture. And then he says, happiness and call says, precious, I love your show. These are the type of men you should bring on the show. Somebody to speak through to power. Somebody that is not someone that is playing games. That's what he said. And Charles says, yes, I see you. And then Charles says, Precious, we don't have leaders, but rulers and followership. These set of politicians are destiny killers. Oh, is that what you say? And then Ina says, the egg issue is causing problem in America. They are now asking Denmark to help. That's what governments do. They help. They solve the problem. I agree with you. That's what they should do. And then you said that it is true that food abroad is the most affordable commodity. That's what you said. And then Abe Blahi Olafari says, what has she said that is not true? What has she said the people have not spoken about before? I don't know. I said, what has she said that is not true? I wish I do know. And Happiness says, I think it's time we did what more women in power, because for the past couple of years, men have been leading Nigeria and are still the same thing everywhere. Okay, I see your messages. Thank you so much. Come to South Africa and SADC region. Food is one of the cheapest commodity. I don't know why food is so expensive in Nigeria. It can't be like say they deliberately weaponize poverty. And then Nathaniel Abu says, any country that cannot provide food at an affordable price and available, it's a failed government. APC and Tinubu has failed. I mean it. That's what you said. Okay, I see you guys. Thank you so much. Let me just skip and go to people who have not read their messages. May that woman and her children threatening this girl have worse experience than this girl. She will have more than Jezebel's experience in the year. She will not go unpunished. That's what he said. And Isioma Christopher says the APC government is a disaster to Nigeria, and every well-meaning Nigerian should be ready to vote APC out of office. Will you vote APC out of office? That question, I don't know if you could take answer. Well spoken, sir. Thank you so much. I see you all. Thank you so much to everyone who sent their messages. Elliot Ono says, how can you listen to this man and not cry for Nigeria? Okay. Okay. It says they are not professionals. Say something else. That's what Omoni Ajadi said. And Chooks says doing what's promised, but must do what we can do to stop. That's what you try to say. All right, I just want to say a very big thank you to everyone who's joined the conversation. I love you guys so much. Thank you for joining the conversation. We do this every evening, weekdays from 5:30 to 6 p.m. every day to like 9 p.m. 8:30. And that's when we do this. That this is because of the availability of my guests, because most times I like them to be available to join the conversation. So most times we also open windows so that other people can jump in on the conversation from across the world, wherever you are. So I love you guys and I appreciate you. We will continue to talk for the development of our country. They talk and we'll continue to talk. And the day we stop to talk, now we will begin to die. So make we continue to talk. In fact, whenever they talk, now we die. When we come begin talk, waiting will happen. So we must continue to talk and hold our government accountable so that they will understand their responsibilities and live up to their responsibilities. I love you guys and I appreciate you a whole deal. Thank you so much for coming. If you've not subscribed, subscribe. Follow us like a village people. Go and subscribe. Please help me click on the subscription button. Follow us like a village people because we do this often. If possible, turn on the notification button so that you know when exactly we're going live and you too can join in on the conversation. I see you again tomorrow evening, God willing, 5:30 p.m. tomorrow. Hopefully, I'll be here with Comrade Ayo. We'll be looking at these issues and other issues that will be coming up